Hey, it's Heather here. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot today's video. I'm just in a really, grumpy, bad mood. Have been for days. Like, I don't know. I'm just tired, I reckon. Stevie, please don't. Like, seriously, son? You just seen me get this down, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna come over there and wave my ass. And now I get to sneeze. Fuck. Anyways. That's one good thing about doing this is I get to let out a little bit of anger, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of however I'm feeling, because usually I don't get to let that out because I'm so strict on myself. I'm so stern, like, with my behavior. It's like I need permission to feel things. That's just like when I cried texting one of my friends the other night. Like, if I wouldn't have been texting her, I wouldn't have cried. Even though I felt like crying, but I wouldn't have. Because, like, I need permission to have my own fucking emotions, as fucked up as that sounds. And it's like that's the reason, I guess, there's a part of me that's always kind of looking for a safe place. Now, the girl that I fell in love with may disagree because I did cry a lot at work. But I was at work. I was around people. I built a relationship with these people. So, I felt like I could cry there. You know? Like, that's the way that I do. You know? If I wouldn't have been around people, then I would have been sitting at home alone. Or even sitting at home alone with my kid, if you will. You know, and my pets. I just pick up and keep going. You know? Just go till you can't go no more. And go to sleep. Maybe cry a little in bed when everybody's asleep and nobody knows I'm crying. Get my ass up, do the shit again. But I get around people that, you know, I kind of build this protectiveness with, I guess, you know, or I have this little amount of trust, and then, like, because, you know, and then I become known as the crybaby at work, usually, because I break down crying a lot at work when my feelings get hurt at work. But it's not just work that I'm crying over, and to get people to understand that and to get them to stop calling me a crybaby, it's like it don't even fucking matter. You just reach a point where you're like, fuck it, let them think that, you know? But I don't know. It's like yesterday was my kid's dad's birthday, but also the 1 year death anniversary of our pet bird, Matilda. I don't know. It's like I don't want to say I can't find enjoyment out of life. But it's like it's just this monotonous, this drag along, like, of everything. I mean, my kid's been gone a year, and I missed her birthday. And I used to be really big on holidays, and I was talking to this one person that watches my videos. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being so kind and so supportive. But, it's like, they were talking about how when they were married, they used to celebrate all the holidays, and then whenever they got divorced and stuff, they didn't. Yeah, I feel you, like, completely. It's like, my kid ain't home, my kid ain't been home for a year. Why the hell should I ever celebrate a holiday ever again? Why would it even fucking matter? Christmas is just in a few days and it looks like shit outside. It literally looks like shit outside. And I think that's a sign from God, in all honesty. For everybody, not just for me, for everybody. That holidays aren't what they used to be. Nothing is. Everything's changing and everything's becoming greed and consumer fucking fed. It's not tradition anymore. They say it is because they do it at a specific time, you know. But hell, that's like saying, you know, if you have a work schedule and you work first shift, that's like saying that's traditional. It's traditional, you know, that's all that they're doing. That's how fucked up it is to society as a whole. Oh, it's traditional because it's something you regularly do. But the tradition part, the whole like heart of the situation and everything, shit's dead. Stays in the Bible how your family's going to turn against you. Well, from where I'm at, and from where I've seen other people going, because I've seen other people lose custody of their children, you know, and this and that. Hell, I've seen my kid's dad. Yeah, he gets out and he goes to his mom's practically every fucking time. But I know she bitches at him. I know he bitches at her. They just tolerate each other because at the end of the day, they ain't got nothing else. Bless his heart. He bounces around, usually from one girlfriend to another. Even if he is single a few months in between, he's still doing that. And he's looking for what he can't find in them. Because he can only find it in himself. And why the hell I don't know. All the classes he's went to. And he ain't understood that the answer that he's looking for is within himself. Like, I don't get that. And it's hard. It is. My biggest thing on that is knowing that, but trying to stay positive in the mix of it. He had the gall to ask me. He had the fucking nerve to ask me when he came over to pick our daughter up when I still had my kid. And he ain't seen her at that point in time in like a couple months or a year. Fuck, I don't know when it is that we went over there. Because, let's see. It was around December. He started coming in October, I think. Maybe it was that August or September previous. So she'd seen him a few months ago. A few months ahead of time. Because I took my tax money and I paid a cab even though it was like 60 fucking bucks. Because she's always wanted to be part of his life, even though he's never wanted to be really part of hers. And still, even at that, you know, curiosity. And I'd rather her know him, get to know him, you know, with me still, like, you know, in her life. And it not be like her, an adult, and her run to go see her dad, you know, and then him pull the wool over her eyes, if you will, which I don't know if he would or not, but him pull the wool over her eyes like he's the best person in the world, and it was all my fault that he'd never seen her, and her fall for it. But, anyways. But she's kind of got a dose of who he is and what he struggles with, so I'm glad I raised her honestly in that, you know. People can have a good heart all the time, or a good soul or a good spirit or whatever, or a kind heart or compassionate ways about them, but they can still live a fucked up life. Anyways, he had the fucking nerve to ask me why I was depressed. And it's like, it's one of those things, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Or, what is it? You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. There you go. But I also feel like that was a setup from him. Because one of my slight things, not a big thing, but one of my slight things that, yes, it's made me depressed, is raising my daughter alone. Anybody that has to raise a child alone that thinks that they're not going to have to raise a child alone and then finds out as soon as the child is born practically, or while the child is like 2, yeah, you're going to have to raise the kid alone. That's depressing. Not to mention, I was depressed before. But if I would have said that to him, he would have been like, well, I told you to get rid of her. And then I would have looked at him, I would have said, okay, I'm not putting the blame on you, am I, motherfucker? So shut the hell up. Like, damn. Like, don't even. I took the burden, if you will, if you want to label it as that, which I never would. And Ava, if you see this, you're the best fucking thing that ever happened to me. You really are. God, are you? Oh, fuck, I don't want to cry. I love my kid. Love her. Flat out. But other people like to label her as a burden. And other people love to label her as a burden because I had her so young. They'd be like, oh, she just admit she was such a burden on you, and you wish you would have gave her up for adoption. You wish you would have gave her to your parents. You wish you would have. You wish you would have. You wish. No, I don't. I don't regret keeping her one damn minute. Best fucking decision I ever made. Best decision ever. God gave me a gift. And that's the way every parent should look at their child. And even though every parent does, and they do, it gets lost in the mix of things. And I see how it does. Just like mine got lost in my stress and my depression. That's the reason I lost my kid. Some people lose it before then. Some people lose it in the chaos of dirty diapers and up all night and teething and crying, and everything. And they can't keep it together, That's one thing my friend says, she says, it's hard being a single parent without a support system. And see, this is where my parents, if they heard that, they'd be like, oh, support system. She told you she didn't have a support system? Fuck her. We've been there for this. We've been there for that. We paid this. We paid that. Yeah, Mom and Dad, the whole time that you paid all that. How supportive were you of me getting my license? How supportive were you of me getting a job? I had to go stay in a fucking homeless shelter for 2 damn weeks for you to give me permission, if you will, that, yeah, I guess we'll help you get a job if you come back home, I guess. Like, fuck you. How supportive were you of me moving out, away from y'all, with my child? Not too fucking supportive. Because the first chance you had to kind of take her, and that's the damn thing too. How would y'all have even got her if I had not sent her over there to spend the night with y'all? To spend some time with y'all, to spend her vacation with y'all. And that's the thing too, is intent, that people do not fucking get. When I put that belt around my neck that night and jerked it and asked my kid if she wanted me to kill myself, my intent was not to kill myself. My intent was to kill myself now when I put the loaded gun to my head almost 6 fucking years ago and pulled the damn trigger because my husband was on the phone and wouldn't shut the fuck up and wouldn't stop calling back, and I didn't want my grandmother to wake up because she told me if he woke her up again she was going to get mad at me. She getting mad at me for the shit. And I don't want to hear him because he's just calling me a piece of shit. And the thing is he just got off he literally was like, oh, we going to get back together. We going to work on our marriage. I love you. All this. And then he's like, hold on, I got a phone call. Beeps over, whatever, or gets off the phone with me. And then calls back and says, it was a man's voice saying that I was sleeping with my kid's dad the whole time and giving my kid's dad a bunch of money. And I was like, yeah, but that's probably him or one of his buddies, because you know how he is, because he's a meth head. And you know how you got a phone call when me and you first started dating, and the phone call went like this, ring, ring, ring. You answered the phone, you're hanging out with me. A number you've never seen before. You answer the phone, hello, and the voice says, she's mine, leave her alone. And hangs up on you. And then you look at me and you say, I just had the weirdest phone call. And I say, what is it? You tell me. And I'm like, that's him. I'm like, he crazy. He crazy. And then you like, oh, how'd he get my number? And I'm like, fuck if I know, I'll be honest. I don't know. You tell me how the fuck he called me from his grandmother's fucking house, okay? With it showing up on the caller ID as different numbers. 3 different numbers. 3 separate fucking times. You tell me how the fuck he did that. And then when I asked him how the fuck he did that, he just laughed and giggled and said that he had people everywhere. He said, oh, I got friends everywhere. And so if he's a meth head, and he deals meth, and he's a drug dealer, and people do meth, people buy meth, hey man, do me this favor, and I'll hook you up. That's all it takes, right? Fuck my life. And then you come and you sit in my fucking house, and I'm like, why? Not to mention you went and destroyed and vandalized my grandfather's grave while I was married to my husband because you was mad that I got married. Because I wasn't supposed to get married. Not to mention I had to change my phone 3 fucking times. Because you had your little bitches texting me, oh, your child is the ugliest child that he has. Bitch, shut the fuck up, Oh, but it's true. Okay, here's my address. I'm waiting outside. Where are you? Let's go. My kid's in bed. Let's go. I done text my husband. Told him if he don't hear back from me, or he don't continually keep receiving texts from me, call the cops. Let's go. Granted, he's on the road. He can still call the cops. Cops come find out what the fuck happened. Damn, I was so mad. Ooh, fuck. I stood out on the porch for 3 goddamn hours one night, waiting on this stupid bitch to come. She never showed. Pissed me the fuck off. Call my baby ugly. Damn. Made me mad. That's the reason I think I even texted EJ, and I think I was even like, oh, okay, EJ, you think I'm a piece of shit? Well, how about you talk to Adam about it? because that's my kid's dad's name. I was like, how about you just fucking call him and talk to him about it? Y'all can sit there and shit talk me. I was like, how about you ask him who I am? Because supposedly he thinks he knows. Yet he comes in and he acts like a frightened, I don't know what the fuck ever. Tries to reach and pet my dog. My dog tries to bite him. Then he tries to act surprised. Like, dude, you've known me for how many years? You think my dog just gonna accept any stranger reaching over the gate at any point in time? When she senses any angst between us? Any issues? Or she senses something about you. It ain't even got to do with me. It ain't even got to do with my opinion of you. It could be Ava's opinion of you. And then if it ain't that, it could be her own fucking opinion of you. Because she can smell it a mile away. And you wonder why the fuck she about bit you. Like, damn. EJ's the girl that I fell in love with too, if you're a first time viewer of this. But I'm just in a really bitchy mood. Sorry, like I don't even know, usually I get on here and I kinda have a topic that I talk about and I talk about my depression and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just getting on here bitching, like, I don't know. All I know is I want my kid back, and I would love to talk to EJ. If I have to choose, though, I choose my kid back in a heartbeat. But for as far as what I want, if I got what I wanted, I would have my kid back right now. We'd throw up the Christmas tree right now. I'd run out and throw up the damn lights outside right now. And then I would call EJ, and EJ would answer right now. And I'd be like, hey, you're taking me Christmas shopping for my kid. Let's go to the store. Buy her a bunch of gifts. And I'd let her go to her friend's house. Isabel. I'd let her go to Isabel's house. EJ take me shopping. EJ'd come over and spend Christmas morning with us, or spend the night Christmas Eve night. Wake up Christmas morning with us. Or she would just, like I said, come over Christmas morning, or if she can't because of family shit, then she would come over Christmas night. And me and her would date slowly, or we'd just be friends. Because that's the whole damn thing, like, that people are saying to me. People are saying, oh, well, why don't you just be friends with her? If I hear that one more fucking time, I'm going to break somebody's face, is what I feel like. I'm tired of hearing that. Because have you received all the text messages that I've sent her where I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I said, I don't even know how many times I said I'm sorry. Like, probably about 150 fucking times in all goddamn honesty. But I've said I'm sorry. And I've said, we can just be friends. If that's what you want. She don't say nothing. She don't say nothing. Did you receive those messages? No, you didn't. So please hush. Please hush, saying, well, maybe you should just be her friend. And then the thing is that kills me the most about it is the last person that said it to me was this girl I was talking to the other night that I got to crying about EJ, missing EJ on the fucking, texting or what the fuck ever. And like, she's been with girls, and so it's like, like, and then that's the thing that I feel too, is I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, Heather's into girls now? And then these girls are like, well, why ain't she into me? That's what I feel like's going on, and I'm just like, shut up before I shut up. Because it's not you. Because I didn't spend enough time with you. Because I didn't get to know you. Because you weren't nice enough to me. Because you didn't look at me the way she looked at me. You didn't, no. Like, granted, some of y'all kind of look, like, because there's a seductive look, but then there's just a look of where you just get each other. And it's like, I get that can happen with people. That can happen with people. You can look at somebody and it's like you just get each other. But you just get each other for that minute. For that moment. For that second. And then there's these people that you meet. And it's like, you look at them and it's like every time y'all's eyes meet, it's like you feel like you get everything all the time. And you understand completely. That's the way I feel with her. Whether she feels that way with me, I don't know. But that's the way that I feel with her. And then it makes me feel bad because, what was it? This one dude, the dude that I used to work with, that his dad committed suicide because his grandmother tried to. And then he won't even talk to me anymore because, I guess he was trying to con me or something. I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to do because I guess he liked me. I don't know. Because he'd sit there and he'd be like, let me ask you something, this and that. And I'd be like, okay, what? And he'd be like, well, no, I really want to talk to you. He's like, you act like you give really good advice, and stuff. But he would like snicker like he really didn't believe it and stuff. But then he would ask me things, and then I'd give him advice, and then it was like, oh, well, maybe she does have a brain, like maybe she can answer some things and give some advice or whatever. I don't know. And the thing is, too, see, I had my friend commit suicide, and I let it be known at work. And then from there on out, from there on out, literally, because, just to be assholes, it was like, oh, I'm going to go in the kitchen, and he would do it. He would do it too, and it's like, it's not teasing to me. If people think this is teasing, they need their fucking teeth knocked out, okay? To sit there and do something mean and malicious, that's not teasing. That's not flirting, okay? Though there's a certain time for that type of flirtatious behavior. Like, me and EJ, when we were laying in bed or what the hell ever, and I took the pillow and smacked her in the face with it, and then she grabbed my arms, and then I was like pushing back or whatever. Like that was cute. It was funny. And she left a bruise on my arm. And granted, it wasn't that big, but she left a little, where her hand was at. But I pushed back really hard, because I was like, oh, you think you strong? I'll show you who's strong. But anyways, fuck. Oh my god, it's so cute. But anyways, fuck. So dude asked me, back to the whole suicide thing. So I make it known my life problems, if you will. And there's a lot of people that's like, oh, don't do that, that's a bad thing to do. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, I work here, I've known these people for 6 months or a year or whatever. My kid got taken custody of. My dad killed my dog when I was a kid. My dad touched me when I was a kid. My dad's a sociopath. My mom is a fucking narcissist. My sister is the golden child, and by the way, I've dealt with a lot of shit in my life, a lot of abuse and all this and everything. And then I'm depressed myself, even worse than I was because of the abuse, because I had a friend that I was, liked that committed suicide. So everybody kind of got the gist of that, knowing me there at work and seeing me break down and cry, and everything. Because like I said, I'd be at home, I wouldn't cry. I just go on with my day, what the fuck ever, for the most part. I mean, yeah, I have days, since my kid, or even when my kid was here, she'd be at school, and I would stay in bed and like cry, but I had to like make it a scheduled time that I could allow myself to feel the feelings of what the fuck ever I'm going through. But the rest of the time, it's like, just get up, go do what you gotta do, and so at work, you get to know people and you feel a little safeguarded, a little protected, like you can kind of be yourself. And so I cry a lot at work, and then I get labeled a crybaby. Then I get made fun of for it all the fucking time. Every fucking job I've had. Fucking dick pricks. But anyways, so it because now I'm sad because a friend committed suicide. It's so like, oh, that's something we can get her on. That's something funny, sickening funny, and it's like, that's really funny. So from here on out, whenever I go to do something, a job, like, say I gotta go make a sandwich or something, they do or whatever, especially this guy that was like, I don't know his deal. He would be like, oh, I'm going to go suicide this sandwich. I'm going to go suicide this sandwich, And I would just, like, look at him. Another thing, too, is because of the PTSD, if you will, because I do have it. But some people ain't going to believe it because they're going to be like, no, you can only have that if you've been in the military. No, you can have that if you've been through traumatic events, okay? End of subject. And so, loud noises, I look, I like, what the fuck was that? Because I'm like, what do I need to prepare for? What's coming my way? And so there's this tray that the sandwiches used to come on, or whatever, like the specialty sandwiches. And he would take it and he would slam it down, just at random times. And, like, I got on to him for it, and at first I was like, can you not do that? Like, I asked him, I don't know, like 7 damn times. I was like, can you not do that? And he's like, why? And I'm like, because I asked you not to. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, it's just a habit, But then I noticed that he'd do it even more. And so, like, one night, a customer come in, pissed me the fuck off, told me that he would fire me, this fucking customer did. I swear to God, I wanted to throw something at him. I actually just wanted to quit my job and go out in the parking lot and beat his ass, to be honest. But, I didn't, because I don't. That's the thing about me, is everybody's like, oh, you're angry, or, well, not everybody, but used to when I was a kid. It's like, oh, you got anger issues. You're so angry. What you gonna do, Miss Angry Ass? Like, you're so angry, And, like, just because I'm that angry don't mean I'm gonna do shit. Like, I'm very good at holding my anger in. Very fucking good. Too fucking good, sometimes. Sometimes I hold my anger in past what I should, in all honesty. Because I just reach a point where it's like it gets really big, and then it's like it self-implodes, I guess, or whatever. It's like a fire making itself go out, it smothers itself. And so that's what happens with my anger. Because I don't release it 98.999% of the fucking time. Because I keep that anger, if there are instances, traumatic events, if you will, where I do need to get my ass up and do something about the shit. But anyways, so I'm mad, and so he slammed this thing down. I said, please don't do that. He did it again. I said, really? And he said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. And I said, no, you didn't. I said, you sitting there smiling, you think I'm stupid. I said, please don't do it again. And he slammed it down again, and I was like, and I just looked at him, and he's like, what? And I was like, And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, you're not. Shut the fuck up. I'm like, no, you're not. Don't even. I'm like, you ain't sorry. You think it's funny. And so he kind of tapered off of it a little bit, but not. And he would do it to me sometimes, like right behind my back, like, because where I'd be standing to bag the food, he'd pick up the tray and he'd slam it down, and I'd turn around or jump, and he'd kind of snicker. Thought it was funny. So, anyways, it thought it was funny too to be like, oh, I'm gonna go suicide this sandwich. I'm gonna go suicide this. I'm gonna go suicide that. And like I said, just within the past few months, of me working there, the last couple months, his grandmother tried to commit suicide. And because hers wasn't successful, but her son was so upset, which was his dad did commit suicide. Or at least that's the story that he told, which I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be true or whatever. But other than that, like, I tried to be nice to him like I do everybody, and he would talk to me about things, and he'd be like, hey, I need to ask you this, hey, I need to ask you that, hey, what's your advice on this, hey, what's your advice on that, what's your advice on this, on that, I got this girl, I got this girlfriend, I got this, I got that, and I would ask him what he thought about me and EJ, and he'd be like, well, I think she's just playing you. I think she's got somebody she's with or somebody she's trying to be with, and she's just keeping you on the back burner. That way if she wants somebody, she can find somebody. And he's the one that teased me about it. He's like, oh, Heather's in love, and he's like, I can tell. And he's like, I could tell you liked her from the way your body language was around her. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, But, anyways, so dang on dude, like, I mean, I tried to be nice to him, talk to him, whatever, he'd ask me stuff or whatever, and everything. And I mean, we didn't talk a lot, it was just when we had spare time, kind of in between bagging orders or what the fuck ever, he'd be like, hey, I want to talk to you. I'd be like, okay, shoot, what is it? And he'd ask a question, and I'd answer, But, anyways, dang on. It was like this love-hate friendship or some shit, I reckon. I don't fucking know. And it's like, I asked him one time, I was like, kind of, I didn't flat out ask, but I was kind of like hinting, like trying to figure out if he liked me. And that's what it was. After his family, his dad committed suicide, he's like, hey, can I come over and talk to you about it? And I was like, he's like, because you're the only person that I know that's went through something like this. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, and I'm like, I reckon. I was like, because, I mean, it's just a tough thing to go through. I was like, because this dude was just my friend. He wasn't even family. I'm like, so I can only imagine, I said, so yeah, you can talk to me about it. I said, but, is it going to cause problems here at work? And he's like, it shouldn't. And I'm like, okay. And, like, people done knew that me and him were friends, I guess you'd say, and everything. And so I was like, well, hell, whenever you come over, I said, we don't even have to go in, or and he, like, lives further off, and me not having a car, so it'd have to be at my place that we hung out. And you don't want to be out in public, talking about suicide, like. And so I was like, we can sit out on my porch. I said, I'll buy some drinks, and we can sit out and shit talk about it, and everything. And he's like, okay. And then the day that it came, like, it was just, a week or two after, like, he canceled. He's like, I don't think I can, and I think he was afraid of how much, like, he might break down and stuff or whatever. And so he canceled. But the thing is it stirred up a lot of shit in me thinking about my friend that committed suicide. And, I mean, that's like, I was prepared to talk about it, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I'll be prepared to talk about it next time you're ready to talk about it. I was like, but, I'll try and everything. And he's like, I get you, he's like, it's all right and stuff. And so then next thing I know, because I tell this other person at work, they're like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to talk to each other outside of work and this and that because that'll get y'all fired. And I was like, yeah, but it won't if nobody tells, whatever. And, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, he went through something traumatic and he's somebody to talk to that's went through the same damn thing, Like, I don't see work giving out grievance counselors, you know? So what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, you know? And I was like, if I get fired for that shit's retarded, you know? And, so then because he kind of got, I guess, scolded by this person, or he seen how this person was going to gossip, we never talked about it. Well, then in between there and that, then this same damn person, this other person at work or whatever, pissed me the hell off because my dad's a diabetic. And so I guess I need to eat when I need to eat. And I would have to eat, like, I literally would feel myself getting really anxious and irritable and all kinds of stuff. I'm probably on the verge of becoming a diabetic, you know. And I would just feel myself get really antsy, you know, and all kinds of shit. And so I was like, I don't give a shit if I'm supposed to take a break at night or not. Technically, though, I'm supposed to, says the government, the laws, even though work says, no, not if you work night shift, you know. I was like, I'm taking a fucking break. And this woman was trying to keep me out of taking a break. And so she got mad at me one night, kind of bit my head off. And when she bit my damn head off, or what the fuck ever. And the thing is, too, she's one of the other people that I talked a lot to about EJ and shit. So I'm just sitting there like... And then when EJ come in October, like, I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of damn drama. Like, people love to stir shit, I feel like, or something. And maybe they're not. Maybe it's just the way things unfolded. But it just seems all fucking awkward and suspicious as hell. But, so anyways, dang on, dude backs out of wanting to talk to me about it, you know, and I'm like, why? And he's like, because for starters, you said what you did about how you was prepared to talk that day, and I didn't show up, and it kind of made you mad. And I'm like, yeah, it did, you know. And he's like, and plus, I don't want either of us to lose our job because of it. And I'm like, okay, I get that, you know. And I'm like, but how would we lose it if ain't nobody gonna tell? And he kind of looked at me, kind of like I should know who was gonna run their mouth, you know. And I thought to myself, like, y'all shitty. Y'all shitty as fuck. Y'all shitty as fuck doing that. Shitty as fuck doing that. Like, that's the thing. Like, you're making my loyalty questionable, too. And that really pisses me the fuck off. Because I'm the only one that can question my loyalty. God can and I can. Other than that, nobody else can. They can try to. But that's just like there's different versions of you in everybody's head. I have not dated except for once, like 4 fucking years ago. I have fallen in love with EJ. Even if EJ has not fallen in love with me. This whole shit circle, like a circus bullshit between me and her has been going on for a fucking year. And we haven't even hung out in months upon months. We haven't even talked in months upon months. Yet she showed up in October with her dad. Her and her dad was showing up in between the months. And I'm like, you know, the first time I seen him, I was like, oh God, he's going to cuss me out. And I was like, he better not fucking cuss me out. I cannot handle somebody cussing me out. Especially some guy that's older that thinks that he knows me. Just like, oh, it'd take me back to being with my dad. And just, ooh. You know, I was like, he better not say nothing. You know? But then seeing him and knowing he's her dad and everything. And not knowing what's going on. And not knowing if I remember her from my childhood and this was all a setup by my dad. And so I seen him the first time, and I was like, oh shit, you know, I was like, you know, like my heart kind of, you know, and I was like, oh fuck, he's gonna say something to me, ain't he? Fuck, he's gonna say something to me. What's he gonna say to me? I don't know what he's gonna say to me. And then it was like, just get him gone, get him gone, gone, he gone, you know. And then because of that, the angst of it, and then the fact that I'm in love with EJ, I had to go to the bathroom and cry for like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, maybe he'll never come here again. And then I was like, plus, I'm fixing to switch over shifts. Woohoo! I'll never have to see him again. Woohoo! You know. But there, when I was still working a shift that he could get out to come, he was coming. And I seen him like 3 more damn times, and I was like, oh my God. And he was nice. Like, he wasn't mean. Like, I don't know. Like, even the second time after, I think, when he came and I realized it was him, I was like, hey, can I take your order, or whatever. And I looked up at him, he looked at me, and he kind of smirked, it looked like. Like, I don't know, maybe he thinks it's funny, maybe he thinks I'm retarded for loving his daughter, I don't know, or maybe he thinks it's like, like, and he looks at me like he knows, like he believes that, like I care about her, and I don't know if he really does or not, or if he thinks I'm stupid. I don't know which one it is. Fuck my life. But anyways, so back to the whole dude and the suicide and all that or whatever. After that, he never said he was going to suicide anything anymore, except for like 2 or 3 times while he's there at work after his dad committed suicide. But I noticed the week after his dad committed suicide, and a lot of people were saying that around him, kind of laughing, snickering, giggling. That's how fucked up the world is. Doing that, he would look like he was fixing to break down crying, and he'd go and walk off to the office, and I would just look at them and be like, y'all are so stupid. Like, y'all are so stupid for saying that. And that's one thing, too, that I've hated, like, what I'm watching it happen every fucking day. Terms, words, literature being torn down into things that it's not. Eventually, we're going to be talking like crazy. Like, literally. It's going to be like, for instance, they're saying they're going to suicide a sandwich, and by that, they mean they're going to make it done. They're going to make the sandwich. They're going to complete the sandwich. They're going to put it together. Eventually, we're going to be talking, we're going to be like, suicide, dog, camel, cat, fart, fair, ground, whatever, like bird, dog, shit, car. And people are going to understand it, is the sad thing. People are going to understand it, is the sad thing. If we keep going down this path of using words to describe things that they do not describe. Like, I have never... Like, my kid, one of her friends, when we was living in the Georgian apartments, man, I've met 4 or 5 different people named Angel just in the past few years. I've said that before in a previous video. I don't know what the hell's going on with that shit. Freaked me the fuck out, kind of. Like, made me go, what? And the thing is every time, my kid ends up being friends with their kid. And I'm like, what are you doing, God? What? You telling me I got angels around me or something? Like, what's the message I'm supposed to be getting here? Or is it just something dealing with A's, like... And I've wondered that, and like, that's like dealing with numerology and stuff. And my kid's dad, his first name ain't Adam, but he goes by Adam. Then my kid's name is Ava, and then Angel, and all these other A names. And I'm just like, but used to, when I was a kid, it was always names with J, And that's what my kid's dad's actual first name starts with, is a J. But... I actually dated a lot of people with, like, kid date or whatever, like crush and shit. There was so many. There was John, there was Jesse, there was Jared, there was Jamie, there was JD, there was, like, it was just J's everywhere, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But anyways. So my kid becomes friends with this woman, this woman's kid or whatever. So they're friends. So we're out one day, like, walking our little area, or whatever, because we lived in a pretty decent sized apartment complex. So we're walking the sidewalks and talking, letting kids play. And this kid fell or something, and I was like, oh, bless your heart, or bless their heart or something like that. And this woman looked at me, which is the mother to my kid's friend. She looked at me real stern, and I was like, oh shit, what did I do, And so later on, I think we were at her house, and maybe this is how it came to be. I can't remember how it came to be. I won't even put that out there because I don't remember. But somehow we got on the topic of it. And she's like, oh, when you say bless your heart, that's actually an insult. I've heard so many people say that over the years, and I swear to God, I just want to take my fucking boot off and, beat them in the fucking face with it. Bless your heart, okay? I'm Southern, okay? The first time I heard that was from my cousin Misty, who's dead now. And I guarantee you, when she said it, she wasn't saying it calling the person an idiot or being mean. Because she said it to her own daughter, probably the first time that I honestly heard her really speak it. And so it became a habit of mine to say that because I got along with my cousin Misty, loved her to death, thought highly of her even though I'm not supposed to because she was on drugs. People can still have a good heart. They can still have a good spirit. They just make bad decisions. Hence my kid's dad. He's got a decent kindness about him. I don't know. It's kind of rocky. It's not like as good as Misty's was, but he's got decency in him. But he's just fucked up. He makes fucked up decisions. I mean, hell, when we went and seen him at the fucking prison, when my parents drove me up there, they drove me up there twice. In Virginia. To go see him. Was it Virginia or West Virginia? It was Virginia, I believe. Yeah. But anyways, so went up there twice to see him because we went ahead and went to the beach and visited family while we was up that way and stuff. Went up there twice to see him. Went up there to see him when my baby was not even a month old. And went up there when she was, right before he got out. And that's the thing, too, that's so devastating about him not coming and seeing us when he did get out. Because when she seen him a month before he got out, she instinctively, she hadn't even seen a photo of him. I hadn't showed her photos and been like, that's your daddy. Nothing. We're in there or whatever. And granted, now I did say, we're going to go see your daddy, and everything. But we get in there and I don't tell her, I tell her in the car, and she's little, so her mind supposedly, and see, that's the thing that kills me about people when it comes to little kids. They're like, oh, little kids are stupid, they don't remember nothing. I disagree highly. They remember things. And so we're in the car, we're getting out, and I'm like, we're going to go see your daddy, come on, And, we get out of the car, and then it takes us 35 minutes, because we got to sign in, we got to get verified. They had to check her diaper bag, they had to check my purse, check my mom's purse, search us, or whatever. Not search us, but kind of search us, run the little thing over us or whatever. And then they had to search the inmates before they let them out into visitation. So that took a while. And so they finally let them out. And we're sitting there and everything. And I go to the vending machine and buy some stuff with him. Or he went and bought it. I can't remember who paid for it. But anyways, we got shit out, candy out of the vending machine and shit. And we're sitting there. And one of the things that, he got or whatever, or we got was a candy bar, And I think he said he wanted it. I think I got it. And I think he said he wanted it. And I was like, here, So I gave it to him, And, hell, he's been in prison, So they don't get, shit like that, on a regular or whatever. So I handed it to him. Here. And he goes to eat it. And, Ava wants a bite, And, he's like, you want a bite? And she's like, yeah. And, I kind of was like, well, go on, go over to him or something like that. She went over and she sat in his lap, I think, or something. I said, Ava, do you know who that is? Do you even know who that is? Because I think he's like, I bet she don't even know who the hell I am, or something like that, kind of teasing. And I said, Ava, you know who that is? And she's like, this is my daddy, or something like that. I don't even remember how it played out, but I was just like, damn, my kid's smart. My kid remembers stuff, and it ain't no, 5 minutes ago and she done forgot because she's only 1.5 years old, no. My baby remembers. But, fuck. I'm coming up on an hour already. So back to the woman that was friends and all that, you know, at the place we used to live or whatever. She's like, oh, bless your heart's a mean thing to say. That's the reason when I heard you say it, I knew that you was being mean to that little boy and that you thought he was stupid, you know, and that's kind of harsh to think that he was stupid for falling or something like that. And I was like, no, you know, that wasn't what that meant, you know, and that's not what that originally meant when that came out. People have twisted it, you know, and that's just like saying, I'm gonna suicide this. Suicide? Look it up in the fucking dictionary, man, and I'm not talking the Urban Dictionary, okay? Look it up in the Webster Dictionary, okay? And granted, yes, there may be other terms that it can be, you know, broken down and used for, but what is the main one? The most commonly used. Like, I cannot stand people doing shit like that. And that's like saying things with intent and doing things with intent. And this is where I end up losing shit in relationships with people, is because when I ask you a question, just like with EJ, you want me to leave? No, you're fine. Are you sure? Yeah, you're fine. You want me to leave? No, you're fine. Are you sure? Yeah, you're fine. Am I getting on your nerves? No, you're fine. Look up that fucking line. No, you're fine. Look it up. Define it. Find out what it means. And then say that you're mad at me still, I guess. I don't know. Like, 'cause fuck. I don't say shit like that. Like, I don't know. I don't say shit like that unless there is a part of me that means it. And even though I might say it because I'm being influenced, or, you know, like, somebody, I mean, for instance, I'll be at work, you know, when I've been at work before and somebody will say something, you know, hurtful or mean, or even him, he'll, you know, that guy, he would slam down that fucking thing and I would just look at him and he'd be like, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to, I'm sorry, and then he kind of smirks still, and I'll be like, it's whatever, you know, and he's like, no, I'm really sorry, and I'll be like, you're fine. Like, was it that type of I'm fine? Like, I'm not getting on your nerves? Like, you're done so disappointed in me in some level, which I don't know how or why or when that happened between the few minutes prior, but if that's the case, then you should have told me to get your ass, not get your ass, get my ass out of your bed, like, legit. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you. My dad raised me in his home where he used to walk around all the time and be like, this is my house. You can't, you know, and I'm going to tell you what to do. So, that's the reason, like, that was your home. Like, that was your stuff. That was, like, you could have, I mean, you can't tell me that, you know, you're going to cause me bodily harm or something and me just sit there and take it. But you could practically be like, hey, will you go make me a sandwich? And I probably would have been like, what kind of sandwich do you want? You know, it's your house. And my level of respect for people in their house to a degree. But then again, I could have popped off at you too and been like, go make your own fucking sandwich. But then you could have been like, well, fine, I'll just take your ass home. And I would have been like, well, fine, fuck it, take me home. Like, I mean, I don't get it. I just wish she would talk to me. But everything needs to be done with intent. And I hate when people question my intent. And I hate when people stretch my intent and stretch things out and make things take forever. This is something that should not take forever. This whole situation between me and EJ, it shouldn't have took as long as it has. It really shouldn't have. But she's making it take forever because maybe she does have somebody else lined up. Maybe she is playing me. Maybe she is using me. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. Like, I don't even know. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope that you are doing well. If you're going through, like, depressive thoughts, suicidal thoughts or something, you know that you are appreciated, know you have good qualities and all that. And I know that it's hard because I still have them every fucking day. but I always have. So, I mean, on one hand, it's nothing to me. On the other hand, there's days that I'm like, I'm just gonna give up. I just give up. Fuck everything. Fuck everything. You know? But just keep trying. You know, if you need somebody to talk to, you can hit me up on Messenger. I'll write you back. Make sure that you got your settings where I can write you back. And I might try to link my actual Facebook in this video today. But you can comment, you know, up under the video, you know, if you like the video, like the content. Share if you think it'd be helpful to somebody else to see that, you know, they're not going through the same stuff. Because like I said, I didn't really, you know, I just bitched about shit, you know. And you can subscribe to catch more videos, you know, if you like the content. But other than that, I'll let you go, and I'll catch you later, and I wish you the best, and I hope you have happy holidays, you know, and take care.